Starfield has a wide variety of unique armors available to choose from the Mark 1 armor in the Lodge to the armor you get from the Mantis Cave, each one providing you with different traits and bonuses to your stats. Besides the unique traits you get on your armors, it also protects you from the many environmental hazards across the many distant planets. Let's be real, there are certain places on Earth that you wouldn't visit without a mask. Imagine the diseases you would contract in the settled systems. I mean, no one really wants space crabs, do they? In my recent fact video, I mentioned that between your spacesuits, packs, helmets, and apparel, there are 419 items in total. Technically, 420 if you go naked. So why not do that? Why not play a game that is largely about exploring space without a spacesuit? Can you beat Starfield without a spacesuit? For this run, I don't intend on simply taking off my spacesuit and continuing to wear boost packs or apparel. The challenge of this run is to finish the game completely and utterly butt naked. Well, as near naked as the game and YouTube censorship allow us to. For once, this run didn't start off the same as all others. This time, my priority was to get naked as quickly as possible. The game starts with you in a suit and no access to your inventory, so the challenge really begins once we get access to take everything off. I made my character as big as I could. I'll have no suit, and I'm hoping this'll help with damage resistance. I didn't change his face, he's already beautiful in this preset. Again, with no suit means I'll need to put a lot of my points into my damage resistance and medic perks. With that, I chose the medic background for the pistol, wellness, and medicine perks to start with. Before starting this challenge, I did do a test to see if your total amount of health extends how long you can be in an unbreathable atmosphere for. It doesn't. If you have 1000 health or only 100 health, it still takes the same amount of time for you to suffocate outside. I chose my traits, Freestar Collective Settler, Introvert, and Wanted, similar to my other runs. I named myself Michael Crackshone because my ass is going to be getting aired all run. Who needs the King of Pop when you can have the King of Ass? I finally gained access to my inventory and tore everything off. I felt a lot less claustrophobic without them on. This lasted for about 10 seconds because once I stepped outside, the air evacuated my lungs. I must have adapted quickly because all of a sudden it just stopped. I have no idea why, but I'm not complaining. Really, I have no clue how my brain isn't getting sucked out of my ass right now. It felt good not having to worry about what guns I would use this run. I had free reign over anything I could get my hands on. Oh, and don't worry, not all of this run will be in third person, even though I know you like what you see. My journey had begun. I was now free to roam the cosmos with only my trusty space diaper. Explore planets, spread my nudist beliefs, and murder any pirate leaders who oppose me. The last thing they ever see is my big ass flying towards them. What a way to go. I introduced myself to Constellation, who weren't overly judgmental, and Sarah even took me out on a date to Mars to find Mora. Cydonia was the first town where I got a glimpse of how awkward this run is going to be. I lost half of my health from running to the entrance alone. Luckily, most places inside have oxygen. While engaging in a mass exodus in the Nova Galactic Star Yard, I found an OP semi-auto Grendel which made this a lot easier. It was inside here that I noticed, since I'm naked, I don't have a flashlight. I don't know where I expected the light to come from. It's not like my nipples were going to turn into two bright flashlights, but it still surprised me. I found an upgrade for my Grendel. Now this is what's going to make the run a lot easier. With my new Tool of Destruction, Sarah and I saved Mora and brought the artifact back to Constellation. I ditched her shortly afterwards since she didn't appreciate my nudist beliefs enough, and I took Sam out instead. He's pretty chill with me being naked. I couldn't convince the robbers on Aquila to come peacefully, so I snuck in the back door and killed myself. Maybe this Grendel is a little too overpowered. Sam was clearly impressed and quite frankly a little too chill with me being naked because he even came on to me at one point. After Sam and I bonked in the bank, we decided to kill every Shaw Gang turret, human, and, well, wizard that they had. This guy just paused his game mid-jump. I'm just a side character in his world. I was worried about my damage resistance at the start of the run. Turns out you don't have to worry about not being able to take a hit if you don't give them a chance to hit you. With Sam and Sarah taken care of, it was time to go rescue our damsel Barrett. Lynn was supposed to help me find him, but she nearly killed me instead by yapping for hours. She just kept going on and on while I stood there suffocating slowly. The doors here didn't help anything either. It took them 5 business days to fucking open. Even after sealing myself inside the comms tower, I died. I have no idea why, but attempt number 2 went better, even if I only made it back to my ship with 3% health left. Heller wasn't any better than Lynn. He chewed my ear off for ages and nearly let me die too. Why are these people trying so hard to kill me? I fast traveled back to my ship and went to rescue Barrett. Being able to fast travel to my ship when I'm suffocating is a savior for this run. There's no way I'd manage otherwise. Rescuing Barrett in itself wasn't tough. The tough part was getting to him and navigating the outside areas. It turns out there aren't many planets that have breathable atmospheres. Vlad gave me the location of 2 more artifacts for our collection. Funny enough, the first planet's surface had no oxygen, yet when I went inside of a cave, there was plenty to breathe in. Logic. You know what must be terrifying for my enemies in this game? Hearing the slapping of my bare feet on the ground coming closer and closer to them. The next planet was fortunately breathable, although it was extremely cold, snowing, and I'm naked. I wouldn't call that much better. At least I was able to kill enemies with my hard as fuck nipples. Now, if you don't want to face Michael Crackshone's nipple wrath, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button below. And if you are into that kind of thing, then subscribe anyway. I've got plenty more Starfield challenges in the pipeline, and you don't want to miss out on them. Once Vlad had his precious artifacts, I went to the first Tower of Power. This planet would have been impossible if the atmosphere wasn't breathable since there's such a big distance to cover. I reached level 9, upgraded the wellness perk fully and went into the tower. This is the most majestic thing you will ever see. I have no clue how I'm able to move around without a boost pack in here, but who cares when I look this elegant? Comical, but elegant. Powers weren't the only thing I came out of the tower with. I also had every disease and illness under the suns. My lungs must be destroyed. Stroud and I went to the lovely, breathable Neon City. Who knows what I'm breathing in here, but at least I can. I took my naked ass to every shop and sold all of my gear for 2 new legendary weapons. No shirt, no shoes, but I still get service. I also got the doc to cure all 100 of my afflictions while I was there. We met Stroud's wife, who must have been extremely concerned that his Constellation colleagues run around with him naked. She's definitely doubting everything he's ever told her about Constellation now. During my travels to Neon, I also noticed that my weapon completely vanishes when I go to holster it. Unless Michael here is storing it in parts of his flab, I have no logical explanation. Slayton's guards were more confused than ever seeing a random naked dude running through their hallways. Luckily, their confusion overpowered their anger and I slipped through without much hassle. With my naked rear being the talk of the town, Stroud and I went back to the ship and bumped into the Starborn. I bet in every universe that they've ever seen me in, this is the first time seeing me butt naked in the cockpit. Naked or not, I wasn't taking any chances, so we jumped back to Constellation. As I mentioned earlier, the amount of HP you have doesn't affect the time you can survive in unbreathable locations. I barely made it inside the cryolab on Herald. I had 2 out of 544 HP left. So little health that one enemy came in and finished me off. Twice. I killed myself the 3rd time with the explosive Grendel, the 4th time I was shot in the dick, but the 5th time I managed to wipe them out. You see, empty atmospheres don't just take down your health, they also block you from healing. There are 0 items in the game that can fix this either, so it's a matter of surviving until it fixes itself. I'm really hoping Petrov has good AC on his ship because shit's about to get hot. Even Sam made a comment about it.
I think you're forgetting something. You know, pretty standard. I mean, clothes. Alright, clothes.
I mean, you know shit's about to go down when I shove alien genetic material down my gullet. This was basically like watching another John Wick movie if he ditched a suit and shoes and socks. I killed a man so fast that he forgot to fall over for me. Not even Petrov managed to escape. Not a single witness was left. I decided to upgrade my pistol after that John Wick performance. Plus, I needed something powerful to take down the Hunter in the lodge. The upgrades definitely worked because it shredded his health very easily. It was powerful and I enjoyed using it, but the Grendel was on a completely different level. He might have made me use a few meds, but honestly, this was the quickest I've ever finished him off. I finished him so easy that I went for round 2. I had to be a bit more careful in round 3 with my explosive rifle since there were so many terrified civilians running around. Well, most civilians were terrified. This woman really couldn't have given less of a shit about what was happening. After killing the Hunter, I had to atone for my sins. I'm pretty sure my lack of clothes is against the church's policy. How unholy of me. On Father Aquilas's mission to talk to the Varun prisoner, I didn't even need to go through the metal detector. Don't try this in real life. Sure, you might save some time at the airport, but I don't think the airport staff will be too happy about it. After Aquilas's quest for answers, I met the Hunter and Emissary on their ship. I'm really throwing curveballs at them in this universe. Since I didn't do any side missions this run, I didn't have as good of a ship as I needed for the final few missions. This is one of the worst looking ships I've ever created, but I mean, let's be fair, I don't care about looks in this run clearly. Nothing overly notable happened during the Entangle mission. The planet was breathable and my enemies were pretty easy to defeat, except that one enemy that shot out some vile, toxic material. Having no suit to protect against the acid didn't help, but I did manage to get the artifact back to the lodge in my current universe. Well, I took the artifact back to the lodge after my stint in prison. On Eridani, I had the same issue as I did when rescuing Barrett earlier. I had so little health when going inside that the robos there managed to finish me off once I got through. We were nearly there now, only a few more artifacts to collect. Surely Earth won't be an issue, right? Well, it turns out that our beloved planet was one of the most difficult sections of this game. I fast traveled from my ship to the base to minimize the amount of time I had to run, but this didn't help too much. Having no jump pack here means that I have to scale the whole structure with well-timed jumps or by going up the stairs the old-fashioned way. There's no option here to build a base either, so I can't set a checkpoint outside the structure. It doesn't help that it's pitch black here either. This made it way more difficult to navigate. I can't even tell you how many times I died here trying to get up to the top of the tower. I was so close to the elevator so many times too. I thought I found an elevator on the bottom floor that would make this way easier, but it turns out it was just a room with loot. I decided the only way I could beat this section was by getting myself drugged up to run faster and jump higher. So off I went to shop for all of the legal drugs on Neon. I came back with a fresh mindset and my lungs filled with amp. It was time to try again. And again, and again, and again. Okay, this wasn't looking too good. I died so many times trying to navigate the stairs and find the best and quickest route to the elevator. Once I finally did make it, I died as soon as I got inside. Seems like there's no atmosphere inside either. At this point, I'd given up. I wanted to see how far I would actually need to go before I hit a breathable section. So I turned down console commands, and you know what? It turns out I'd need to run for a very long time to get anywhere at all that was breathable. No matter how fast I run, no matter what route I take, there is no feasible way I can get through this area without a spacesuit. So, can you beat Starfield without a spacesuit? No, but I've not come this far just to give up and not finish out the run. I tried to be cheesy and only equipped a helmet here to see if that would work. Turns out you need the entire suit. Makes sense, but it was worth a shot. You could technically do this on New Game Plus since this area isn't required. But on a basic first playthrough, I can't see any feasible way to pass this without glitching or sequence breaking. If you guys have any idea, do let me know down below in the comments because I'm very curious and very heartbroken. I bit the bullet and put my suit on, grabbed the artifact inside and vowed to destroy both the emissary and hunter for making me wear a stupid suit. This will not be forgotten. The second I got back to the lodge, the suit came off. I was finally free. Time to finish this like I intended. I got lucky with the emissary ship fight section, and I was hoping all my luck wasn't gone because I needed this planet to be breathable. I couldn't face defeat twice in one video. Praise the naked gods. It was now time to end it all. Not a single Starborn is going to be expecting this. Like seriously, I bet you weren't expecting some naked man on fire to be destroying Guardians either. Musa didn't stand much of a chance against my Grendel, but fortunately for all other Starborn, that Grendel was now out of ammo. I was afflicted with hypothermia on this planet too. Really? Only now do I get hypothermia after the hours I've spent butt naked with my nips out roaming hundreds of planets? Hypothermia or not, nothing was slowing me down and Atalia got what was coming to him. Guardian Tuta and Rin didn't put up much of a fight. For once I was even able to kill all the other robots in this room too. Time to end Guardian Finn and his duplicates. Or, I guess, my duplicates. They're all as naked as I am, and it's glorious. Finally, the nudist trend is catching on. I don't want to kill a single one of these guys. They're too perfect. At least I raised them right because they are complete bullet sponges and they don't stop spawning. Finn wasn't even close to being as powerful as my beautiful duplicates. Now came the real challenge, the hunter and the emissary. The first section was actually pretty tough. I have no resistance to the environmental effects in here. There's no gravity at all, and I have no boost pack to help me navigate. This took a lot of meds to get through. Once I had gotten to the lodge though, things began to get a lot easier. I was shredding through all my ammo and had to swap weapons multiple times. In the end, my modified Bridger is what claimed both the hunter and emissary. After looting the artifacts that were rightfully mine, I made my way into the infinity. I'm absolutely appalled that the game is mocking me for using this suit once. It was one time that I failed, yet it decides to dress my character in only a suit. That hurts. So there we have it. Can you beat Starfield without a spacesuit? No, you can't. The NASA section in this run is completely unavoidable without glitching or sequence breaking. There was no way that I would be able to run through the entire structure, grab the artifact, and run back out in time before I suffocated, even if I did pop all the speed boost and jump height meds out there. All the other sections of the game were challenging but definitely doable, and this made for a completely new playstyle for me. Having to worry about environmental damages more, keeping an eye on how long I can stay outside, where I can go and which planets I can explore made this a challenging but very fun run. If you guys have any idea on how I could have completed the NASA section or made this run easier, do let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get updated when I upload in the future. Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time.